Hello everyone, Miss Debbie here. It's nice to see you. Thanks for coming out this evening as we near the end of winter and hopefully can see some green grass before too long. Wouldn't that be fun? So let's get started. Hello everybody, how are you? How are you? How are you? Hello everybody, how are you? How are you today? Hope you had a good day and you're winding down for Lily White's party. You know what that is. My mother told me it was her father who made that up, not her mother. So I think that's pretty cute. So, I love to do this song, and I have another new song later on. But this is Where is Thumpkin? It's an easy one to do because you just need your hands. Where is Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Pointer? Where is Pointer? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Tall Lady? Where is Tall Lady? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, ma'am? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Ringman? Where is Ringman? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Pinky? Where is Pinky? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, dude? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Okay. Our first book tonight is called Mouse and the Moon. Nice big book. And look at those. Look at that beautiful field. Oh gosh, I can't wait to see green grass and flowers again. It could happen. Mouse and the moon. See the big moon in the back? Do you like looking at the moon? I do. Sometimes if I go outside and I'm not expecting to see the moon, I look up in the sky and there it is. And that's what I say. Oh, the moon is up. And everyone gets excited because we all love the moon. Little Harvest Mouse lived by himself in a field of grain. Every night the warm summer breezes rocked his cozy nest, and his friend the moon watched over him from the deep blue sky. Before Mouse closed his eyes each night, he sang a lullaby to his very own moon. But one evening, a cold wind rustled through the field, and Little Harvest Mouse couldn't find his friend anywhere. What are nights that you can't see the moon? Well, when it's very cloudy, or there is a phase of the moon that's dark. Mouse peeked out of his nest. Everything looked so different without the moon's friendly glow. Trembling, he raced across the field. "Someone's stolen the moon," he shouted. "Stolen the moon?" quacked the duck. "I can't believe that. The moon is in the pond where it always is." In the pond, thought Mouse. That can't be. But he followed Duck as she looked in the water. The moon was not there. "Oh, where has she gone?" cried Duck. "The moon doesn't live in the pond," laughed Squirrel, who was listening nearby. "She's already above my nest in the tree." "The moon doesn't live in a tree," sniffed Duck. "She does," said Squirrel. He scampered around every branch, but he couldn't find the moon. "She's not here," he called down in a panic. "The wind must have blown her away." There he is, looking. Yeah, it's a little windy. Look at his tail is all blown away. Rabbit was on his way home when he heard all the fuss. "Blown the moon away," he grinned. "Never. She was with me in the mountains." "The moon doesn't go to the mountains," said Squirrel. "Of course she does," stated Rabbit. They all dashed after him to find the moon. I think there's a song called "When the Moon Rose Over the Mountains." Little Harvest Mouse searched the sky. Duck looked in every pool and puddle. Squirrel scrambled in and out of the trees, and Rabbit bounded high and low, but they couldn't find the moon anywhere. As the wind blew stronger, thunder rumbled through the hills. "What have you done with my moon, Squirrel?" snapped Duck. "Rabbit must have lost her," Squirrel whimpered. "I've done no such thing," grumbled Rabbit. "But what will I do without her?" squeaked Mouse. "I'll be all alone." Here they are arguing. Flash, boom, lightning lit up the sky. Crack, crash, thunder clattered over the mountains. "Follow me," shouted Rabbit. "I know where there's a cave." Oh, thunderstorms are pretty frightening. Best to get away from the lightning. They raced through the storm and squeezed together in the cave. "I'm sorry I snapped," whispered Duck. "It was my fault," Squirrel piped up. "I shouldn't have blamed Rabbit." "No harm done," said Rabbit bravely. At last the rain stopped and the clouds rumbled away. Here they are, snuggling in the cave, and they're all apologizing, saying how sorry they are. But now the rain is stopping. "Look, look," cried Little Harvest Mouse. The clear dark sky was full of twinkling stars, and peeping out from among them was the moon. It glowed bright over the mountains, glittered through the trees, and shining in the pond. Oh, look at that. Over the mountains, through the trees, shining in the pond. "The same moon belongs to all of us," whispered Duck. "She never really left us," said Squirrel. "Good friends never do," nodded Rabbit wisely. "And best of all," smiled Mouse, "she's given me 3 new friends." That is a nice story. That is a nice bedtime story, because guess what? The moon comes out at night. Sometimes you might see it in the late afternoon up in the sky, or even sometimes in the daylight, but mostly it's the orb of the night, the orb, the bright circle of the night. So yeah, let's just keep on practicing our ABCs. So take a deep breath. We don't have to belt out the song. We can just sing it and remember it. Ready? Take a deep breath. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Be a gorilla. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? I like being a gorilla part. I made that up. I think it's fun to make yourself feel good. Gorillas do this when they're feeling good about themselves. So, I think we sang this last week. I like to eat apples and bananas. I think so. Anyway, it's about 5 special letters that are called vowels. And vowels give many different sounds to words, okay? Each vowel gives a bunch of different sounds, and it's hard to get to know them, and that's what school is for, going to school and practicing and learning these things. But we're going to sing in a fun way to help you remember some of these letters, these vowels. And this one is A. A mostly sounds like A, but it could sound like but we don't have to worry about that now because we're going to sing, I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Now we're going to put the A in there, okay? And we're going to change the sound of those words, some of those words. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Then we have E. E. Sometimes the E sounds like eh, but in our song it sounds like E. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Now you're probably familiar with this letter, the letter I. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Very easy letter O. I like to oat apples and bananas. I like to oat apples and bananas. And our last letter is U, and it sounds like oo when it's in a word, and it makes a really funny sound in our song. I like to oot apples and bananas. I like to oot apples and bananas. Sing the original verse with me. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Our next book, this is a classic, The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse, and it's retold in a lot of ways. But it's an old Aesop fable, so it's been around a long, long time. And this one is adapted by Janet Stevens. And she's the illustrator as well. Oh my, somebody colored in that book. I'll have to get an eraser and try to erase that later. So the town mouse and the country mouse. Here's a picture of the country mouse. And the town mouse, or the city mouse, oh, she was a little more fashionable, used to the finer things that can be found in the city. Once upon a time, there was a town mouse and a country mouse. They were cousins. The country mouse lived in a barn. He got up at sunrise and worked hard all day. Let's see. Here he is sweeping up some peas. The town mouse lived in a fancy apartment building. She ate breakfast in bed and was very lazy. One day, the town mouse went to visit her cousin in the country. She swished through the door and flung herself down on the couch. What a tiring trip. I'm exhausted and hungry. Where's lunch? She said. So she invites herself over and then she expects lunch. Let me take you to the cow, answered her cousin. When they reached the cow, the town mouse said, What does a cow have to do for lunch? Well, we're having milk for lunch, said her cousin. Ew, milk? I don't drink milk, said the town mouse. Well then, how about some vegetables? Asked her cousin. Guess where? I guess you know a milk came from a cow, right? The country mouse took the town mouse to the garden. You expect me to eat these vegetables raw? Asked the town mouse, turning up her nose. Oh, they look like pretty good vegetables to me. Lettuce and tomatoes. I like to eat lettuce and tomatoes. I like to eat lettuce and tomatoes. Hey, we could have fun with some of these songs. Well, she doesn't like lettuce and tomatoes, so maybe you'd like some bacon and beans from the cat's dish instead, said her cousin. From the cat's dish? How disgusting, sniffed the town mouse. Let's forget about lunch. Is there anything fun to do around here? We could float down the stream on a leaf and look at the scenery, said her cousin. Only if I don't get my feet wet, said the town mouse. As they floated gently past the shore, the town mouse complained, This is boring. Take me ashore. I'd love to be on a leaf floating down a river. The country mouse tried to think of what else might please his cousin. I've got it, he cried. Let's go pull the pig's tail and see if he grunts. The town mouse took one look at the pig's tail and wrinkled her nose. I'm not touching that. What else can we do? I guess out in the country, you might think it's funny to pull the pigtail and listen to him squeal. I don't know if I'd like that. We can sit by the road and wait for a car to go by, suggested the country mouse. Only if I don't get my tail dirty, said his cousin. They sat and they sat and they sat, and nothing happened. This life is too slow for me, declared the town mouse. I'm going home. Why don't you come with me? I'll show you how I live, and then you'll see what the good life is like. She's kind of a little bit rude, don't you think? So the town mouse took the country mouse to the city. When they arrived, the country mouse looked up. Where are all the trees? He said. We don't have any trees. We have tall buildings instead, said the town mouse. I'll take you to the top of one. They climbed and they climbed and they climbed. Finally, they reached the top. The country mouse looked down at the street below and said, I feel dizzy. I know what will make you feel better, said his cousin. Eating. I'll take you home for dinner. So here they are at the top of a building that they climbed. It could make you feel dizzy. They rode the elevator down to the first floor and scurried out to the sidewalk. The country mouse saw feet everywhere. Help, I'll be crushed, he cried. Don't be silly, said his cousin. Just keep moving. Ooh, scurrying in and out of feet. Dangerous. They scampered into the apartment building where the town mouse lived. Watch out for the mousetrap in the lobby, she warned. What's a mousetrap? Asked the country mouse. You don't want to know. Just don't touch it, said his cousin. But that cheese looks good, said the country mouse. Not as good as what's waiting upstairs, said his cousin. You know what happens when you spring a mouse trap? That thing flaps down and catches the mouse. The town mouse took the country mouse to her apartment. In the dining room, they found the remains of a scrumptious dinner party. Wow, exclaimed the country mouse. Is that all for us? Yes, said his cousin. Let's start eating. The two mice gobbled up cakes and cookies, ice cream and pies. The country mouse had never tasted anything so good. Looks like a cherry pie or apple pie with cherry on top, candy, blueberry pie, other yummy things, pudding, ice cream. My tummy hurts, groaned the country mouse. Eat this chocolate, you'll feel better, said his cousin. Suddenly, the two mice heard growling and snarling. The country mouse jumped. What's that? It's only the watchdogs who live here, said the town mouse. Do watchdogs eat mice? Asked her cousin. Sometimes, said the town mouse. You have to be quick to get away. Just at that moment, the door flew open and two huge dogs came bounding in. The country mouse shrieked and fell into a blueberry pie. I'm getting out of here, he squeaked as he scrambled out of the pie and toward the door. What, going so soon? Asked the town mouse. Yes, squealed her cousin, and he headed for home as fast as he could. When the country mouse got back to his barn, he breathed a sigh of relief. I've learned an important lesson, he thought to himself. It's better to have beans and bacon in peace than to have cakes and pies in fear. The end. And it's a traditional story. Maybe one day I'll try to find the original tale because that's very charming as well. The town mouse and the country mouse, who were friends, but they just they couldn't live in this, in each other's environment. So our song about friendship and love is skid-a-ma-rink-a-dink-a-dink, skid-a-ma-rink-a-doo. I love you. Skid-a-ma-rink-a-dink-a-dink, skid-a-ma-rink-a-doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Oh, skid-a-ma-rink-a-dink-a-dink, skid-a-ma-rink-a-doo. I love you. See if you can say that without words. Try it again. That's sign language. And baby sign language, you can also, that means I love you. Looks like kind of donkey ears and a snout, haw, hee-haw. And I always forget to practice this. I'd like to practice it maybe if I see some babies in a supermarket or something, but I always forget. Well, remind me next time, would you? Oh, so let's do, because I made myself a little mouse. How do you like him? He's cute, isn't he? I wonder if he's a town mouse or a country mouse. You don't know. Anyway, the song is Hickory Dickory Dock, and it's about a little mouse who, when everyone goes to sleep at night, he's going to climb the big, tall grandfather clock that's in the hallway and have some fun. So he waits till everyone's in bed, and then it's 1 o'clock in the morning. So can you make the tick-tock? You can make that sound with your tongue clicking against the roof of your mouth. Or you could just say tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. And if you listen very carefully when the house is quiet, you can hear the tick-tock of a clock. Unless it's an electric clock, they don't tick. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Hickory-dickory-dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse ran down. Hickory-dickory-dock. Hickory-dickory-dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck two, the mouse said boo. Hickory-dickory-dock. Hickory-dickory-dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck three, the mouse said wee. Hickory-dickory-dock. It's 4 a.m., he's getting tired. Hickory-dickory-dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 4, the mouse said no more, I'm going to bed. Hickory-dickory-dock. I like Hickory-dickory-dock. It's kind of fun. It's fun to sing together. I hope you have somebody to sing with. So I have another mouse book, but this one also has an elephant. So it's called Little Elliot and the Big City. So we're learning about cities tonight. That's kind of fun. And look at those end papers. Cupcakes. I want cupcakes. Do I have to wait for my birthday to have a cupcake? I hope not. Little Elliot was an elephant. And here he lives in the city. I always wanted to live in a brownstone apartment. It could happen. Little Elliot was different in many ways. Well, he looks kind of like a clay elephant. He's got spots and he's awful pale looking. Little Elliot loved living in a big city, but sometimes it was hard being so small in such a huge place. Busy, busy city. And there he is coming up out of the subway steps. He had to be careful not to be stepped on, right? Like Town Mouse and Country Mouse. He had trouble opening doors. Couldn't reach it with his arm. Had to use his trunk. And he could never catch a cab. Nobody could see him. Nobody paid any attention to him because he's little. Even life at home was a bit challenging. So he had to climb up on the counter, first put 2 pillows on the floor, and then sweep the ice cream out of the freezer and let it fall on the floor. That's how he could eat ice cream. What else is challenging in his house? He had to put a box on top of the toilet just to get up and look in the mirror to brush his teeth. He had to put books and books and books to be able to eat at the table. And look at how he's doing the dishes. Might as well sit in the sink and take a bath at the same time. Still, Elliot enjoyed the little things. A little flower growing through the crack and small treasures. Oh boy, what kid doesn't like small treasures? That's why we have pockets, so we can keep our treasures with us. And most of all, he liked cupcakes. One day, Elliot tried to buy a cupcake, but no one noticed him. All right, so there you see a lady buying a little box of cupcakes. And look at his little eyes down there. Nobody sees him, even though he's holding up his money. Well, look at this scene. Somebody noticing Elliot. Little girl. Walking home, Elliot was so sad that he barely noticed a thing. What do you notice in this picture? Ooh, look at, there's a little mouse. Until he saw someone even littler than himself who had an even bigger problem. "Hello, Mouse. What is wrong?" asked Elliot. "I'm trying to reach some food, but I'm too small," said Mouse, "and I'm so very hungry." "I can help," said Elliot. So he lifted Mouse up. Oh, look at that. He lays on his back and lifted his leg up so Mouse could stand on his foot and grab a piece of pizza out of that bin. It's pretty ingenious. Elliot felt like the tallest elephant in the world. The next day, Mouse came with Elliot to the bakery. And look at Mouse. Oh, isn't that so cute? He's holding up the money. And Elliot finally got his cupcake. And something even better. There they are sharing the cupcake in the house, in the apartment. What was even better? He found a new friend. The end. Little Elliot, Big City. There's other Little Elliot books. Just have to ask for them. All righty. Oh, here's a funny song. I promised you a new song. And this one's called Three Blind Mice. We used to sing this a lot when I was a kid, and we just loved it. And I looked it up, and it's still one of the most famous Mother Goose rhymes around. It's called Three Blind Mice. It goes like this. Three blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did ever you see such a sight in your life as three blind mice? Three blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife. She cut off the tails with a carving knife. Did ever you see such a sight in your life as three blind mice? So now we had another mouse in the city, and then we had three mice in the country, in the farm. It's just fun how things come together. So I think we're winding down for Lily White's party, and I have been kind of tired lately. The cold weather and makes me tired, but the evenings have been beautiful too, with the not necessarily the sunsets, but the blue sky, the kind of blue, ice blue skies and the clouds and that moon coming out. Yeah, and what comes out after the moon? Twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might, have the wish I wish tonight. I forget what my wish was last week. It wasn't Disney World. That was the week before. I just wish, I wish to go somewhere. You know what I wish? I wish to go to the beach. I want to go to a warm place where there's sand and ocean, and I can play in the ocean and lay in the sun. How do you like that? And then eat, I don't know, fish, shrimp later on, or lobster, or even a hot dog. I'd go for a hot dog. That's a wish. Make a wish. make a wish, and I hope it comes true for you. So, yeah, as we wind down into bed, we put on our jammies and nice warm jammies. And just before we dive into bed, we are going to, do our other little routine, which includes, this is the way we wash our face, wash our face, wash our face. This is the way we wash our face before we go to bed. This is the way we brush our teeth, brush our teeth, brush our teeth. This is the way we brush our teeth before we go to bed. This is the way we comb our hair, comb our hair, comb our hair. This is the way we comb our hair before we go to bed. This is the way we blow a kiss, blow a kiss, blow a kiss. This is the way we blow a kiss before we go to bed. I have one more story. I found this story, and I'm so glad I found it because I'd forgotten all about it. And it's an old folk tale, I guess, called Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod. And it is a lullaby for going to bed. Let me see if there's any information about this. Oh, it's an old story. It used to be called Dutch Lullaby. And the man who wrote it was named Eugene Field, and he believed children should indulge their daydreams and imaginations before they must assume the big responsibilities of adulthood. And you know what? That's what your mommies and daddies like for you, and your librarians too. We want you to just be enjoying stories and let your imagination go and dream sweet dreams and wish good wishes, and because pretty soon you have to go to school and you have to learn hard stuff. So why not enjoy some? Oh, there's the moon. Winkin', blinkin', and nod. The pictures in this book are kind of kooky, but that's okay. And here's the boy. He's in Lily White's party. And he can see the moon out the window. There's the man in the moon. And this time he got up to look at the moon. He's got his little fish pillow with him. Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod one night sailed off in a wooden shoe. There they are, the three of them. They're sailing off in a wooden shoe. They sailed on a river of crystal light into a sea of dew. Dew is the little droplets that collect on the grass in the morning. Where are you going and what do you wish? The old moon asked the three. We have come to fish for the herring fish that live in this beautiful sea. Nets of silver and gold have we, said Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod. The old moon laughed and sang a song as they rocked in the wooden shoe. And the wind that sped them all night long ruffled the waves of dew. Oh, look at the wind blowing into their sail. The little stars were the herring fish that lived in that beautiful sea. Now cast your nets wherever you wish, never afeard are we. So cried the stars to the fishermen three, Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod. They weren't afraid. All night long their nets they threw to the stars in the twinkling foam. Then down from the skies came the wooden shoe, bringing the fishermen home. That's a windmill. 'Twas all so pretty a sail it seemed, as if it could not be. And some folks thought 'twas a dream they dreamed, of sailing that beautiful sea. But I shall name you the fishermen three, Winkin, Blinkin, and Nod. Winkin and Blinkin are two little eyes, and Nod is a little head, and the wooden shoe that sailed the skies is a wee one's trundle bed. So shut your eyes while Mother sings of wonderful sights that be, and you shall see the beautiful things as you rock in the misty sea, where the old shoe rocked the fishermen three, Winkin, Blinkin, and Nod. Isn't that sweet? I think we'll read that sometimes again in the future because it's really a sweet lullaby. And now, my love song to you. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I love you.